Social media is designed to be addictive. From the layout of your feed to the notifications that pop up to the likes that you receive, it has been engineered to keep you hooked. But this constant distraction is taking a toll on our mental health, relationships, and overall well-being. It's like trying to meditate while standing in a room full of people talking loudly. Your mind keeps wandering off, distracted by every little noise. And when you turn to social media, it's even more overwhelming. The noise is louder and the distractions are endless. But what if we told you that ancient Buddhist teachings hold the key to breaking free from this digital distraction and reclaiming your focus? In this video, we will explore how Buddhist mindfulness and universal truths can help you detach from social media and live a more intentional life. Get ready to embark on a journey towards mental clarity and inner peace. Let's get started. Part 1. Understanding the problem. The first step towards breaking any addiction is understanding the problem. In the context of social media, this means being aware of how these platforms affect our minds and behavior. Buddhism teaches us that everything begins with the mind, and our relationship with social media is no exception. Social media has become a crutch for many of us, a way to fill the void of loneliness, boredom, or sadness. We scroll through our feeds, seeking entertainment and validation, often without realizing the harm it's causing. So, how exactly does social media affect our minds? Well, let's break it down. Social media is designed to be addictive. From the layout of your feed to the notifications that pop up to the likes that you receive, it has been engineered to keep you hooked. This constant pleasure hit causes our brains to release dopamine, a feel-good chemical that creates a sense of reward. Over time, this surge in dopamine creates a cycle of dependence, leaving us craving more and more social media usage. But it doesn't stop there. Social media also feeds our ego, giving us a false sense of importance based on the number of likes or followers we have. This external validation can be very addictive, leading to a distorted self-image and a constant need for attention. As we continue to seek these artificial highs, we slowly lose touch with reality. The real world, with its complexities and challenges, seems less appealing than the curated version of ourselves and our lives that we portray on social media. In fact, studies have shown that excessive social media use is linked to increased rates of depression, anxiety, and loneliness. It can also cause social isolation, as people spend more time interacting with their devices than with others in their physical environment. So what can we do to break free from this cycle? The answer lies in the teachings of Buddhism, which offer a path to detaching from these digital distractions and reclaiming our focus. Part 2. Embracing Buddhist Mindfulness. One of the core principles of Buddhism is mindfulness, which simply means paying attention to the present moment without judgment. In the context of social media, mindfulness can help us become more aware of our usage patterns and the impact they have on our mental state. By observing our thoughts and emotions as they arise without judgment, we can start to recognize the triggers that cause us to reach for our phones. For example, when we feel bored or lonely, we may instinctively grab our phone to scroll through our social media feeds. But by practicing mindfulness, we can pause and reflect on these feelings before acting on them. We can ask ourselves questions like, why do I feel this way? What needs of mine are not being met in this moment? By taking the time to understand the root of our boredom or loneliness, we can find more meaningful ways to address them. Maybe we need to take a break and do something enjoyable, or reach out to a friend instead of mindlessly scrolling through a feed. Another aspect of mindfulness is accepting things as they are without trying to change them. When we use social media, it's important to remember that what we see on our feeds is often a carefully curated version of reality. Comparing our own lives to the highlight reels of others can lead to feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. Instead of getting caught up in these comparisons, we can practice accepting things as they are and appreciating the uniqueness of our own experiences. This can help us break free from the unrealistic expectations that social media often sets and cultivate a more positive self. Part 3. Detaching from desire. Another key Buddhist teaching that can help us break the social media habit is the concept of detachment. In Buddhism, desire is seen as the root of all suffering, and social media, with its constant bombardment of images and information, can easily trigger our desires for material possessions, social status, and external validation. To detach from these desires, we must first recognize them and understand their power over us. This can be done through meditation and self-reflection, which allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. By doing so, we can start to see how our desires manifest in our daily lives, such as reaching for our phones to check our social media feeds every few minutes. Once we become aware of these patterns, we can start to break them by consciously choosing not to give in to our desires. For example, setting aside specific times of the day to check our social media accounts, rather than mindlessly scrolling through them throughout the day. Detachment also involves accepting the impermanent nature of things. In Buddhism, nothing is considered permanent or unchanging, and this includes our relationships with social media platforms. Rather than viewing these platforms as an integral part of our lives, we can see them as temporary tools that can bring both positive and negative aspects. We can acknowledge the benefits of social media, such as staying connected with friends and family, or accessing useful information, while also being aware of its potential drawbacks. By adopting this mindset, we can use social media more intentionally without becoming overly attached to it. Part 4. Reclaiming your focus. The final step in breaking the social media habit is to reclaim your focus and redirect it towards activities that align with your values and goals. One way to do this is by setting boundaries around social media use, such as limiting the amount of time you spend on these platforms each day, or designating certain days of the week as phone-free. By setting clear boundaries, you can regain control over your time and attention. It's also essential to cultivate a strong sense of purpose in your life. When you have a clear sense of direction and the reasons behind your actions, you're less likely to get sidetracked by social media distractions. This can involve setting short-term and long-term goals, identifying your core values, and regularly reflecting on your progress and priorities. Finally, you can explore alternative sources of entertainment and information that do you and come with the same drawbacks as social media. This could include reading books, listening to podcasts, engaging in hobbies, or spending time in nature. By diversifying your leisure time, you can find more fulfilling ways to relax and recharge without falling into the trap of social media addiction. So there you have it. By embracing Buddhist mindfulness, detaching from desire and reclaiming your focus, you can break free from the social media habit and live a more intentional, focused, and meaningful life. Remember that the journey towards breaking any addiction is not easy, but with dedication, patience, and the right mindset, you can overcome social media addiction and harness the power of technology in a healthy, balanced way. If you found this video helpful, please don't hesitate to share it with others who might benefit from these tips. And if you'd like to learn more about Buddhist teachings and their applications in everyday life, subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Thank you for watching, and may you find peace and balance in your journey towards breaking the social media habit.